We're good. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome back to our podcast if you were here before. If not, I'm Abby V.
And I'm Abby W.
Welcome.
It's been a while. It's been like 5 months since our last podcast.
Yes, but that's okay. We took a little bit of a break. Posting started to become like a little bit of a chore for us, and we didn't want that.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted this to feel fun. Work got busy for me and school got busy for Abby, so we disappeared for a little while.
Yeah, but now hopefully we're back.
We reappeared.
I think now we know a bit more about editing and hopefully have the whole situation.
A bit more of a flow, more of a process.
So hopefully this will be easier and we can post more often because we enjoy posting and like seeing what you guys have to say about what we're making and hearing like what you guys are up to as well.
Hopefully you guys like hearing from us as well, otherwise why are we here? All right, let's get right into it.
So let's start with what we're wearing.
But
the sweater I'm wearing right now is a work in progress in our first podcast. So this is a colorwork sweater that I self-drafted. I knit this in Filcolana Pernilla. Yeah, don't ask me what the colors are. Actually, no, if you want to know what the colors are, comment and I'll find them.
We'll find them. We're not looking it up right now.
No, I cannot tell you what they are off the top of my head. But it's super oversized and baggy, and I love how this sweater fits and feels.
It's so cute.
It's so cozy. Yeah, and I love how all the colors came together, and it's just like so drapey and nice. The only thing with this yarn is it pills a lot. I don't know if you can like see. Maybe
you can see.
Kind of, yeah. I feel like I need, on the
like
sleeve.
a defuzzer.
One thing I'm hoping to do regarding this pattern is write a pattern. Hopefully, my first ever pattern. We'll see. So yeah, if people are interested and would potentially want to knit their own, if I figure out how to write a pattern.
We're making no promises right now.
Yeah,
but Abby's
these are my ideas. So yeah, that's
we don't want to overpromise and underdeliver.
Yeah, but we'll see. I think that's pretty much all I have to say about my sweater. And then we're doing this again. The socks that I'm wearing, penny socks by Petite Knit. I knit these in Sandnes Garn in the color Natural. I think I followed everything to pattern except I knit anatomical toes, which we always do on all of our socks. So that doesn't even really feel like a modification at this point.
No, not really anymore. It's how we always just do them.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my Copenhagen cardigan by Petite Knit. I knit it in the colors French Vanilla for both Filcolana Pernilla and I held Filcolana Tilia together for this sweater, and I knit a size small. I love this cardigan. I think it's definitely my favorite sweater as of recently. I wear it a lot. I feel like it's a very wearable, everyday piece because I think it goes really good when I wear it with jeans or I wear it on top of my dresses a lot. I'll just button up like a couple of the buttons at the top and wear it on top of my little dresses in the summer.
I feel like it looks so professional. Like it doesn't look hand knit. Like it looks store-bought. It's so cute.
Thanks.
I love it.
I know. I feel like getting to a point where your knits look store-bought is a what's the term? Double-edged sword? Dual-edged?
Yeah.
Double-ended sword?
Double-edged sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's like, great, you have these really nice knitted pieces, but then people aren't like, oh my god, did you make that?
Yeah, that's
they
true.
don't do that anymore.
That's a good point. They're like, oh, I just assumed you bought that, which is like a compliment in itself, but I want to be like, yeah, I made that.
Yeah, I know, but that's okay. If someone compliments, I still say, oh yeah, thanks, I made it.
Yeah.
Gotta put that plug in there. I didn't knit this just to, I did knit it just to wear it, but I want to brag about it too. It's cool.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing a pair of socks as well that I knit. These are my Tiptoe through Tulip socks by Stone Knits. I knit these with a hand-dyed yarn that I got from Oddcat Yarns. And that's with like the main color green. And then the flowery pinky color yarn is a yarn from Songbirds Fibres. I don't know what the colors are for either of them. And the green yarn was just a random scrap yarn that I had. Couldn't tell you what it is, but it's just a light green yarn.
So cute. And they look like exactly like Stone Knits.
Yeah, I have no idea what yarn she used when she knit the sample, but these are like, I feel like almost one for one with the sample.
Yeah, finished object. Okay.
My first finished object, that was a whip in our last podcast. It was a finished object from a long time ago at this point, but is my Dagmar sweater. I really like this sweater. I think I might reblock it though, because I don't love how the hem sits at the bottom. It sits all a little bit too wide. I think I stretched it out a bit too much when I was blocking it, so I want to try and make it longer instead of wider, because I don't really wear it right now. I wanted this sweater to be a little bit longer than it was. At the point, I'd already done my ribbing, and I was like, I'm not undoing it. No. It's fine. It's just going to be a crop sweater.
Yeah.
But I still really, really like it. This is a very fun sweater to knit, and a very easy, I would say very beginner cable sweater.
Yeah.
I would say, because all of the repeats were really easy. The cables were really easy to read. Once you understand them, it's really easy to know where you are in the pattern to be able to continue on without the charts I found. Yeah. I only messed up a couple of times, and I don't even remember where it is anymore. Yeah. I just remember that I messed up. Couldn't tell you where it is, though.
Yeah, no, and
I'm not going to search.
No. Yeah, I think the Dagmar sweater was my first cable sweater as well. And I found it really easy as like a very beginner cabler.
I knit this sweater in Filcolana Peruvian Highland wool. Light blush is the color that I used for this sweater. And I knit a size small.
All right, my first finished object is my Ingrid sweater by Petite Knit.
I love this sweater.
I honestly do too. I'm so happy with how it turned out. We'll insert some B-roll of us actually like wearing the sweaters so you can get a better idea of what they look like. So this yarn, from our first podcast, so this is Tin Peer Gynt. Nope, this is Peer Gynt by Sandnes Garn. And I had pink Peer Gynt. I had like a sweater's quantity worth of a really similar pink to your Dagmar sweater. And then I decided that I wanted to exchange that pink to get a gray yarn to knit. I was originally going to knit the Aggio sweater by Aggio Knits.
But the gauge was very different than the yarn that you had. It's much thicker yarn.
Yeah. And even still, I think the gauge for the Ingrid sweater is supposed to be a bit thicker than just Peer Gynt on its own. But I said, oh well, and I knit it anyways. And I really like how the fabric like works up and drapes. And I've knit so many like just Peer Gynt sweaters before, and I love them.
I'm just thinking how, if you're bold enough, that gauge is just a suggestion.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It is.
Some people won't agree with that at all, and they'll be very into. I gauge swatch sometimes, but
I don't.
I only gauge swatch I think because I like my little gauge swatch wall that I have in the corner.
Yeah.
It looks really cute. I'll insert a picture of what it looks like. But no, if you're bold enough, you don't need a gauge swatch. You just frog it and then knit it again at a different size.
Yeah, it's fine. And when in doubt, blocking saves the day.
Always.
Yeah. So this is the color 1042, and I knit this on 4mm needles. And I'll insert a picture of what it looked like before blocking because it was very, very like tight and squishy.
Squinched.
But now it's like so nice and drapey, and I love it.
Okay, I'll do my next one now.
Yeah.
Okay, my next finished object is a sweater that I knit for my husband. I knit him the Loon Sweater by, it's been scrunched up in a ball. That's okay. I knit him the Loon Sweater by CM Knits, is the pattern designer. This was such a fun sweater to knit. I really loved, like, the loon. I don't know. He's obsessed with loons. So when I saw this,
it suits him very well.
When I saw this sweater, when she would just like knit it and hadn't even, I don't think started even designing the pattern yet, I was like, oh my God, I need this. I need to knit this for him. So I did. I knit the size medium in this sweater, and I use Sandnes Garn Peer Gynt in the shades, where is it? Oh, here. Green, which is the main color green, which is the color 9581. The white color is natural 1012, and then I use black 1099 for this sweater, and I love it. I have some extra yarn, and I know that she has a pattern for like a loon headband.
Oh, cute.
I'm thinking I might knit that with the leftover yarn at some point, not like a right now plan, but I'm thinking at some point I might knit that because I think it would just be cute. Then if I had the headband and he had the sweater, we would kind of match.
So cute.
I thought it would be cute.
That's adorable.
But he loves the sweater. He wears it all the time. He likes wearing it to church on Sundays. That's his new church sweater.
That's so cute.
That's my next finished whip.
Yeah. Okay, so my next finished object, I also finished these, I feel like ages ago at this point, but these were a whip in our first podcast. These are just some vanilla socks. Yeah, so I'm not going to talk too much about these, but they're nice and like flat and blocked because I washed them. I don't have sock blockers, but I tried to like squish them down on my floor.
I don't think you need sock blockers unless, no, I don't know. I don't think you need, I've never used sock blockers, neither of you, and we've knit, I don't even know how many socks between the two of us, and we've never used sock blockers.
No. That's what feet are for.
Yeah, you wash them, lay them flat, and then block them on your feet.
Yep. Yeah, that's how they fit best.
Okay, my next finished object, I don't have one with me. These were a gift knit that I started a while ago. I talked about them in our very first podcast. The person that I gave them to now knows that they are hers. They are all done. I love these mittens. I don't have them with me though because they were a gift, so we'll put a picture of them somewhere on the screen so you can see what they look like. They are the Kitten Catch Mittens by Florence Miller in yarn from HokoHoko Fibre Company. It is a 100% wool fingering weight yarn in the color colors Undyed and Ocean 2 is what I used. And they're very, very soft, light, airy. I really, really like Eliza's yarn. It's all really, really good. And she's just also so sweet. We love going and seeing her and visiting at all of the markets that we can go to that she's at.
Mm-hmm. And then my last finished object, I apologize, these are not as nicely blocked as the last socks. I have been wearing these. These are just some, also just vanilla, scrappy color block socks.
Sorry, my hair's on everything.
It's probably mine.
That looked blonde.
Oh, maybe it was yours. Yeah, I feel like I have a lot of like odd quantities of scrap sock yarn.
So do I.
So I'm like, I need to do something with them. Actually, I think it was this green. I like had exactly enough, or I was like maybe one round short compared, because I knit this sock second. Yeah, so I was counting all of the rows, and this one was like, I think it's like one row shorter, but I don't care. It's fine.
Doesn't matter.
I think the only thing I did different with these socks is that they're 60 stitch socks instead of 64 on 2.5 millimeter needles. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is my usual sock needle size. And I like how they fit. Mm-hmm. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like maybe I need to knit them the foot a little bit longer because I feel like they tug, like the heel is constantly trying to like tuck underneath. Yeah, as I wear them. Mm-hmm. So.
That makes sense. Yeah, you could definitely try and knit your foot a little bit longer.
Yeah, see if that helps. Mm-hmm. But yeah, okay, that's my last finished object.
Whips.
Okay, I'm going to talk about my most exciting whip at the moment. This is also part of my acquisitions. This is my Haya Rundgenser by Rauma Garn. And just like, can you see how?
Yeah, you can see.
I'm making a project vlog for this sweater, so there will be more details about it there. This is Sandnes Garn Peer Gynt in the color Regatta Blue, and this is Filcolana Tilia mohair in the color Bubblegum. So I'm holding them together to make this really pretty, like, purple, blue, pink, marled
It's so
effect.
cute.
I am so happy with how it's turning out. I was, like...
We contemplated a long time.
Yeah, I was, like, I spent
what
weeks,
colors?
like, trying to decide what, like, colors I wanted to combine. And I'm happy that I picked, like, a pink that was vibrant enough to be, like...
Seen.
Visible, yeah, because I did a couple swatches and I used, like, I have a lighter pink, but it, like, you couldn't tell.
It just looked like white, probably.
Yeah, it did. Mm-hmm. So it was, yeah, I'm happy that I went with the bold colors. Mm-hmm. But yeah, anyways, my gauge with this yarn is 20 stitches per 10 centimeters. So I am knitting the size...
bigger than...
Yeah.
What it suggests?
I wrote it down. What did I say? Size small. Yeah, because I think for my bust circumference, I should knit an extra small, but I'm knitting one size up. Honestly, I feel like I could have gone even more, like one size bigger, like the medium, I think. I've been flying through this sweater.
You have been. You cast it on like
just over a week ago. And I'm almost done.
Because you're at school. You don't have anything
I don't have anything to do. I have
so you're just knitting. I'm so lucky.
I am very happy. I have virtually zero responsibilities for the next 4 months, so I'm going to do so much knitting, and I'm so happy about it. So I'm working on the ribbing, the cuff. It's, yeah, like a super wide rib, which
what
I
size
really
needles
like.
are you knitting it on?
4.5 millimeter needles, yeah. So yeah, I'm almost on sleeve 1. And actually, I did have to knit the sleeve 8 centimeters longer than...
You and your noodle arms.
Yeah, I always have to knit my sleeves longer. And that's part of the reason why I like to knit my sleeves before I finish the body, because if I'm going to be, like, running out of yarn...
You'd rather have a cropped sweater than
short sleeves. Because that's one of my biggest pet peeves is having sweaters where the sleeves are too short. Like, these are long. And it's amazing. It's kind of annoying, but it's still better than having them too short. But yeah, so that is...
I agree. I'd much rather have a really long sleeve than a short sleeve.
Yeah.
Like, this is as short as I would go for a sleeve.
And I feel like this, like...
But for
perfect.
the style of the...
Yeah.
The cardigan, I feel like that's perfect for this, like, the kind of cardigan that this is.
I agree.
It's a more fitted cardigan. It's not super skin tight, but
yeah,
it's more fitted than most of my sweaters that I wear.
Yeah.
Okay. My whip that I'm working on is the Northern Augustins No. 7 sweater by Anne Sophie
Norby Velling.
Yeah.
Is her full name.
So this is the sweater that I am knitting. I've been knitting this one really fast as well. I think I've had this on for 3 weeks now, maybe 4 at the most.
Yeah.
I knit the body.
I think you cast it on right after we went to Knit City,
so
Toronto, right?
Yeah.
Which, that was the end of March. Yeah, so like 3 or 4 weeks.
Maybe 4 at the most.
Yeah.
Maybe this is week 4.
Maybe, yeah.
Anyways, I finished the body like 2 days ago. I normally don't knit the entire body first before the sleeves, but I was pretty confident with this sweater because Abby knit it before already. I looked at hers. I kind of tried hers on. I'm knitting a size smaller than hers because I like my sweaters to be a little bit less oversized than Abby is. So I knit the body first, tried it on. It looks super cute. And I'm working on my first sleeve right now.
Yeah, and you also bought the same quantity of yarn as me.
Yes, the exact same quantity.
And I still had extra yarn.
Yes.
So you definitely will have extra yarn.
Yes. I'm knitting size, is it B? Letters B?
Yeah.
Size B in this sweater, and I am knitting it using Filcolana Pernilla in the shade 977 white, which is marzipan heather, and 830 pink, which is ranunculus heather.
Yes.
So this is what I've got going on. The only modifications that I've made are the same ones that Abby made on hers. Is there is not any shaping, like neck shaping in the pattern. It's a circular yoke sweater, and circular yoke sweaters, from what we've seen and like looked at online, often have a really bunchy neck here because how it's knit is it's like straight out, whereas in reality your body is not shaped like that. Your neck sits a little bit forwards. So in order to make it fit a little bit better, I added short rows on the back of the neck here to make it sit up a little bit higher than the front. So see how it it's a little bit longer at the back than the front, so it'll sit a little bit nicer on the back of my neck instead of it getting really bunchy up at the front here. Is the idea.
And I love like with this pattern, like how the color work doesn't start like right at the collar, so you can like hide the short rows right there, and like you wouldn't
can't
notice.
even see.
Yeah, it's like it's so handy.
Yeah, it was a really easy modification to do as well. Once I figured out the math with Abby, it was a real struggle. I'm a very visual learner, so when Abby was trying to explain to me what to do, it was not comprehending. I quite literally drew a picture in my notebook and like drew like the beginning of round, and I was like, okay, and then I did an arrow and I was like, I need to knit to this and then knit to this. And once I drew a picture, I understood it. It was really chaotic and a lot of emotions, but I figured it out and I got there.
And now it's perfect.
It's okay. And another modification that I am making, which is also the same one that Abby made, is in the pattern, you're supposed to knit the sleeves all the way without decreases until the cuff, and then do all the decreases at the cuff to get to like the ribbing stitch count. So instead, I'm doing decreases down the sleeve to have more of like a tapered sleeve instead of straight, because I think that it'll bother me if I just have tube sleeves, because I've got pretty small arms. I think that they'll just be way too big on me. So I'm going from the same stitch count at the top to the same stitch count at the bottom, but instead of doing all the decreases at once, I'm slowly doing them throughout the sleeve to reach the right amount of stitches.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll fit my arms a little bit better, the way I like it to fit.
Yeah, I think it will.
The awesome thing about knitting is because you can do whatever you want to your projects. It doesn't have to look the same as someone else's. It can be totally different. You can use your own techniques, yarn, literally whatever.
Because it's your project,
exactly.
your rules.
It's so cool, and I feel like freeing to get to a point where you're confident with making modifications to your knits.
To make it like fit you and be like what you want it to be.
Yes, but it takes a while to get there. So if you're just learning to knit, don't be discouraged. We screwed up a lot when we were first learning.
Yeah.
And there's still mistakes in our projects now. There's some mistakes in my color work here. I don't care, whatever. It's fine. It's handmade. It doesn't matter. It's, I guess we're going to advice now. A piece of advice that we would give is to don't be discouraged if you make mistakes. That's a part of the process of learning, and this is like a really cool skill to have. So yeah, just don't be discouraged and keep pushing through as you're learning, because it's so much fun.
Yeah, it gets easier the more you do it.
Yeah, and if anyone has any questions or need help or advice, our DMs are always open on our Instagram. We don't answer, we try to answer as frequently as we can, but we're people too, we have lives, so we'll get to you as soon as we can. But if you have questions about things or need help, advice, message us. Yeah. We'll be your big sister, or your big knitting sisters. That's what Abby was to me, so then we can be that for you guys if you need help with anything.
Yeah, we're always happy to help.
Oh, that was so wholesome.
Yeah, you're so cute.
Thanks. I'm feeling inspirational today.
Okay, my next whip, I don't know if I talked about this in our last podcast.
I don't think you did.
I don't think I did. I had this idea. I saw this pattern. It's called Anchovy Addict by Tatiana Gregorian. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. And I thought they were the cutest things ever. Yeah, you can see what I have.
Have you sewed any of them up yet?
I've sewn one up. I'm just trying to find
So the rest are just carcasses?
Yep. Yeah, I got anchovy carcasses. One itty bitty anchovy. This was literally me testing the pattern to make sure I could figure it out and would be able to make a bunch of these, because my main idea is that I want to knit a bunch of these little anchovies and then string them all up, like put a string horizontally through them and then make a garland.
Stab them all?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna put it through it, not like have them like dangly.
Yeah, I want it to go like this way, and then like have like a cute garland to like put up on my wall or something.
I see. I pictured them like dangling off of like a little eye-cord or something.
Oh,
like
kind of like they were like fish, like
on like a lure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So I've been knitting these. I feel like I started around New Year's, and it is now the end of April. They're all
Let's
just
bring
like,
them closer.
Yeah, so most of them are gray, and then all the colorful ones are just like scrap yarn. The gray ones I'm using, this is just a scrap. This is a Tuku wool fingering weight yarn. I think it's 100% wool, but they say it's a sock yarn, I want to say. I really like, it's just like, it's a kind of rusticy, but it feels soft. And I had it from one of my previous sock projects, so I figured I would use it all up. And then I think it would be cute to have like mostly gray and then like the odd like pop of like colorful fish.
That's cute.
Yeah, so that's my current whip. I don't know when I'm going to actually assemble the anchovies. Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm knitting my anchovies on 2.25 millimeter DPNs.
A few weeks ago, Abby and I went to Knit City, Toronto. It was our first time going there. It was so much fun. It was not very overwhelming on the Sunday. Everyone talked about how crazy it was on the Saturday, but the Sunday was not busy at all.
It was super chill.
We did so many laps. We did, I think, 8 laps maybe, more, of probably just looking.
And I think like 4 of them we
said it was our last lap.
Yeah, and then we just kept going.
And then we'd tell our boys, no, this is the last lap. And they went, that was 4 laps ago. And we went,
no. What can you do?
And we made them come with us.
Yeah.
And then we all wore our cute sweater. I'll insert the clip of us that I think the Toronto Knitting Collective is what their Instagram is, took of us. They stopped us and asked us to take a video of us because they were doing like an OOTD kind of reel for their Instagram. So they asked us to be in it. So there's a video of us and our boys that I'll insert in here so you can see what our outfits were. I think these are our outfits that we were wearing.
Oh, yeah.
And then our boys are wearing their sweaters that we knit for them.
Yeah. We didn't buy a single skein of yarn.
I know.
Which is insane.
It's weird for us.
Neither of us had any like big plans of projects like to make.
We did, but nothing. Well, because you wanted to look for yarn for this sweater.
Yeah.
I wanted to look for yarn for another sweater. I didn't see anything that I super duper loved.
And then I couldn't decide on colors.
Yeah, so we didn't want to spend a ton of money on something that we weren't sure of. We were really financially responsible.
Yeah, I'm proud of us.
That's a first.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often. But we still did buy stuff.
Yes, we still did buy stuff. The first place that we bought stuff from was Google's Tools.
Yeah.
They are a Korean company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was their very first time.
Yeah, their first time in
Toronto.
Yeah,
in Canada?
In Canada. Mm-hmm.
I think it was
Yeah, they came.
We chit-chatted with them. They're so sweet.
They were
really liked them.
It was their first time doing a show in Canada.
Yeah.
So the first thing that I got from Google's Tools was this project bag. Hang on. Let me take out the
stuff so you can show it a little easier.
Yeah. But yeah, it's this super cute project bag. I think this was the larger size.
It's like a nylon material, I think.
Yeah, I think it's ripstop. But yeah, it's super cute. The like pattern, the print is super cute, and it's got the handle with
I feel like that would be really good if you were flying.
Yeah.
To like clip around the tray
for sure.
Or something.
Yeah, or like the headrest in front of you or whatever.
Or like in the car too.
Yeah.
As well. Or like on a train.
Yeah. When I like bring stuff when I go to Nick's house, I have my bag which has like handles, and I'll just like clip it around the handle so it just like hangs off of my bag with my stuff.
I like that.
Yeah, it's super handy. So yeah, I really, really like this. I've been using it for this sweater. But yeah, it fits a lot in it actually. And it's nice and
compacts really easily.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got some stitch markers and some
labels.
Project labels, to sew into the backs of my sweaters. I have them, but
I'll just put pictures in. And I bought something from Google's Tools as well. I saw this when I first approached the table, and then I thought about it the entire time we were walking around. So I had to buy it. I've been needing some sort of like a case for all of my needles. So I use the ChowGoo interchangeable needles, but I didn't buy them as like a set, so I don't have the case. I know you can buy the case for them, but I just haven't because I don't know why. So anyways, I bought this case, which I'm super, super in love with. I love it. I actually take it everywhere with me because it's got these little project pages.
They kind of are like pages.
Yeah, kind of tool pages in it, but you can also like unbutton them and take them out if you want. So you can put like more stuff in the case if you just need the case, but it's perfect for all of my stuff. Oops, I forgot to zip that up.
Bye stitch markers.
So I have some of my needles in here, and then I've got some barber cord in there as well. And then on the next page, I've got my DPNs in there, and then some crochet hooks that I use for when I'm fixing stitches. And then I have all of my just like cords. I keep my cords just in their bags because I find it easier to organize that way. I have a little row counter in there, and I've got in the top here, I've got some like 16-inch round needles that I have that are like fixed circular needles. All my stitch markers are in here, and I've got some little like notions and things. Everything fits in this bag perfectly. I usually have my little measuring tape in there that I have. Anyways, everything fits in here really, really good, and I love it because I just throw it in my bag, and then I have everything that I could need with me, so I'm never nervous.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I pack a project to like leave the house, I'm like, oh my god, did I forget something? Did I forget something? Did I forget something?
And it's the worst when you do forget something because then you're like, I can't work on it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're like, what do? I have my knitting here, but I can't actually knit.
So I love this case. Highly recommend it. Another thing that I got from Knit City is some stitch stoppers. So I got 2 sets. I got this set of little dragon ones from, if there's any book people out there, they're Fourth Wing ones with Taryn and Andarna on them. And I also got they're little sweaters as well. I'll show you real quickly.
Oh yeah, those
little sweater ones to put on the ends of my needles.
Yeah.
From the Lab Fibers is where I got those.
Yes. And then, yeah, the last thing that we
both got
were soft-spoken's sardine
stitch markers.
Yeah.
Yes, Riley, I think her name is. She makes really, really cute polymer clay stitch markers. They're really, really well made. They are just super cute, and she puts resin on top of them as well. And I think that she hand paints a lot of them, and they're just really cute. I don't know, I love them so much. Another acquisition that we got recently was very kindly gifted to us by Thread and Maple, which is a Canadian company who makes really gorgeous needle binders and notion cases and all sorts of little
like leather kind of knitting goods and accessories.
Yes.
And like tools.
Yes. Everything is very, very nice. We saw them at Knit City and got to touch some of the things that were there. And they very kindly reached out to us, I want to say like a week or so after Knit City.
Yeah, I think so.
Anna from the marketing team reached out to us and asked us if she could send us some stuff to try and give an honest review about. They did not pay us in any way. They just gifted us some things to look at.
Which was so sweet.
And just said that they wanted us to be honest, which I really, really appreciate because of course we're going to be honest.
So one of the things that they sent us was their project page to go into their bigger binder.
Yes.
But you can also use it how I'm using it as its own little kind of booklet. So I'm using it to store just like other needles, and there's like a big pocket in here. Yeah, I have all sorts of just like little knitting tools and stuff, and it's super handy. It's a really good quality leather, and it feels like strong enough because I have these tiny little, these are like 2mm wooden DPNs, and it feels like it's sturdy enough that I'm not worried about them like bending and snapping, because honestly that's one of my biggest fears is snapping my DPNs. And just the color it's so gorgeous.
Yeah. So each of their needle binders have the different pages that you can order. So how they work if you're in the binder is that these little things that Abby has like buttoned around in their big project binders, usually from what we've seen online, they're just like on like this. And then it stays open, and then this attaches into the bigger project binder, which is super cool because they have all sorts of different pages for their project binders for different types of needles. I've seen ones specifically for like the ChowGoo needles. There's ones for I think the Likey needle set as well, I think I've seen.
Yeah.
And there's all sorts of different pages that are really, really customizable, so you can kind of get whatever you want almost.
Yeah.
It's really yours, which is super, super cool. Thread and Maple also sent us a little on-the-go case, which has a teeny pair of little snips in it and 2 little embroidery embroidery needles, darning needles in it.
Oh, and it came with stitch markers too.
And it came with stitch markers too. I've stuck some other stitch markers in here as well, but it came with a bunch of little stainless steel tiny stitch markers, which was super, super great. I love this because if I don't want to take my giant Google, not giant, it's actually, that was an exaggeration. If I don't want to take my big Google's case with me, I just throw this in my bag, and I love having this because then if I'm towards the end of a project or if I'm not, if I'm changing colors or doing something color work, I've got a teeny pair of snips that I can use, and I've got little needles as well. And I love this because it's perfect and it's tiny enough that it fits inside of my case here.
And the yellow matches with your...
Oh yeah, the kind of like yellowy color that's here. But I've been loving using this as well. We've both been loving the things that we have been gifted, and we have nothing but good things to say. We highly recommend Thread and Maple. It is a woman-owned Canadian business based in Montreal. So we love supporting another Canadian business, and so when a woman reached out to us, we were like, yeah, absolutely, we want to support them. So anyways.
So we just wanted to say a very big thank you to Thread and Maple.
Thank you to Thread and Maple for sending us
them.
We really appreciate it.
We are very grateful. So.
That's cold now.
Oh, yeah, so is my coffee.
It's okay, there's only like 2 zips left anyways.
Okay, I went to the yarn store, and because I had a coupon, so I bought a lot of yarn. So I bought the yarn for this sweater, like I mentioned before, and then mini yarns.
All yarns.
All yarns. Okay, so I bought a lot of Tin Peer Gynt by Sandnes Garn because I'm going to try and knit a second sample of this colorwork sweater that I'm wearing. So these are all of the colors that I bought. I'm super excited. My main color is this dark brown, and then it's
this dark brown?
Yeah, that dark brown, and then the other kind of like major colors are going to be the blue and this brown. I honestly can't really remember what my mock charts look like, but they're going to be really cute. I just know that. So I'm super excited, and I wanted to try knitting this sweater at a slightly smaller gauge because this is, like, I do love it, but it's super oversized, and I think it could benefit from being a little bit less oversized. So, and I wanted to try a fingering weight yarn as well because Filcolana Pernilla is sport weight, which I feel like is a little bit more difficult for people to find as easily.
There's definitely a lot more variety of fingering weight yarns that you can use as opposed to sport weights.
That's what I'm thinking.
More easily accessible.
Yeah. And, I mean, also, gauge is a suggestion, so take that as you will. But I'm going to attempt to knit a second sample in these colors. Yeah, this is Tin Peer Gynt.
We need to come up with a name for this sweater, too.
I know. If you guys have name suggestions for this sweater, for my new pattern that is going to happen, comment down below. Stop it!
I'm just making sure. We don't want to give promises and then disappoint people.
No, I'm determined.
You're determined?
It's going to happen.
Okay, Abby's promising a pattern.
Okay, so that was the first, one of the things that I bought. This is Sandnes Garn Sisu in the color Natural. I bought 2 balls of these to knit. Oh, so actually this is the same yarn as my socks. My sister saw me wearing these socks, and they were all like nice and slouchy and cute a couple weeks ago, and she was like, oh, would you knit me a pair of leg warmers that look like those? And I was like, sure. So I was trying to find a fingering weight pattern that was really similar to these, and I couldn't exactly, so I'm going to combine the penny socks by Petite Knit and the autumn ankle warmers by Kiss Kiss Rhinestones. It's a free pattern of hers. So I'm going to try and like do some math combination magic and figure out how to knit essentially these socks but with like the leg warmer sort of like flare at the bottom. So that is my plan for these. The other yarns that I bought when I went to the yarn store were these 2 Filcolana Arwetta sock yarns.
Oh yeah, you told me about these socks.
Yeah, I'll insert a picture. So this is the color Bubblegum, and this is the color French Vanilla, and I want to knit, I saw a picture on Instagram of, they're the One Sad Smile socks by Atelier Frog. I think it's a pretty new pattern, but they were in these colors. This was the main color, and then the smiles were this like yellow color, and they were so cute. So I want to try and knit those as one of my next projects. And we'll see. I don't know. I'm undecided if I want to do like 2 different socks, like have this be the main color and this be the main color, like for the opposite socks.
We love mismatched socks.
I know, I love doing that, but I do really like the full pink.
So knit that one first then.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna weigh it.
How bored you get.
Yeah, I'm gonna weigh this ball before I knit the first one and see how much I have left after I finish it and see if I have enough to knit an entire second sock with this being the main color as well, because I only bought one ball of each of these, and if I don't have enough, then I'll just use the yellow for the main color of the other one. And then that'll be that.
So my plans, I literally came up with this plan last night because I've been seeing the Chilton socks everywhere, and we were watching a knitting podcast from Cozy Books and Knits where she's knitting the Chilton socks in like a berry red color, I think, if I remember correctly. Right. So anyways, I saw those and then I was inspired because I've been seeing the Chilton socks everywhere by Midsummer Knits. They're super cute. They're just adorable, and I've been wanting to knit a pair of cabled socks. So I have this yarn from Fergus Fibre Company. I don't know if you can see in the video, but it's oh, there you go. It's sparkly.
It's
sparkly
cute.
and it's pink. The color is called Rosewater Sugar Cookie. It's a fingering weight yarn that's 80% merino and 20% nylon. So I've got 100 grams of this. So I need to look at the pattern and actually see if I have enough yarn for it. I'm pretty sure 100 grams should get you.
I'm sure.
I just think that the ruffles use a little bit more yarn, but I think it should be fine. Worst comes worst, I can knit them shorter.
Oh.
Or toe up.
Yeah.
And modify that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd be able to knit them toe up because of how they're cast on.
Oh. Yeah, actually, I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
Never mind.
Anyways,
yeah, you could just knit them shorter.
I might just knit them shorter if I have to. I'll have to look at the pattern. I haven't bought it yet, but
you could just weigh your ball yarn as you go.
Yeah, that's true. But this is my plan for this yarn. I think they're gonna be super, super cute.
Yeah.
And then another project that I'm planning on doing, I've had this mohair from HokoHoko Fibre Company for a long time. I got this mohair and I was determined to do something with it, but it's been sitting on my shelf just waiting for the right project. And then I saw Soft Spoken is knitting, I don't know which pattern it is, I can't remember, but she's knitting, I think, a sweater or cardigan of some sorts using this exact same mohair.
Yeah, that's
with
the pressed flowers.
It's called Pressed Flowers. And she's knitting a sweater of some sorts with like a heathered beige color yarn and holding it with that. So I'm totally going to do the same thing and knit a sweater with a beige yarn because it's hard sometimes with hand-dyed like stuff like this that's more sploochy. To figure out what it's going to look like when it's knit up. So I've been like hesitant only because it's so pretty and I love it so much. I want to have the right base to go with the mohair. So I think I'm going to do something similar and I'm going to knit it with like a beige color. And I'm thinking I might want to knit the Sonia sweater by Petite Knit. I have knit that sweater before, but I don't wear it. It is in Abby's collection now because she's not as sensitive as I am to textures and scratchiness. I knit it with a yarn that is a little bit scratchier, but this was the very first sweater that I knit, so I had no idea what to like look for when it came to
and
yarn.
What you would like wearing.
Exactly. So it's too scratchy for me, but Abby wears it.
Yeah, not too scratchy for me, and I love it.
And Abby is wearing the Sonia sweater, but I thought that this would be really pretty to knit that with. So that's a plan at some point. I need to get some beige yarn to go with this mohair, but that is what I want to do, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be so cute. And I think it'll really allow the mohair to like
shine.
Yeah.
Yes, that was the thing too, because I feel like if I use too bright of a color with that,
yeah, it would like mute it down.
Yeah, and I really want the mohair to be the star of this.
Yeah.
All right. Is that everything?
I think that's everything. We did it.
That was so efficient of us. Okay.
But yeah, if you're still here, thanks for sticking
being
around.
here.
Hopefully you got some knitting done or some crocheting or crafting of some sort while
whatever you did.
Talked.
Or maybe you just sat there and stared at us.
That works too. Yeah.
And watched us, I guess is probably the better term. Maybe they are staring.
Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed what we had to share. Let us know in the comments like what you guys are working on, if there's any exciting projects, or if you have ideas for what I should name this sweater.
And if you want a pattern for it.
Yeah, if that's something of interest to you.
If you have any questions about anything, or if we missed something in the video, we don't know.
Just let us know.
And we'll help you. Or answer your questions.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk to you in the comments, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. And hopefully we'll be back with another podcast in a month.
Yeah, or a knitting vlog. Project vlog.
Oh yeah, or project vlog.
You're filming a project vlog and I'm also filming a project vlog.
Yeah, so you should be seeing more of us soon. Okay, bye. Thanks, bye.